first map is going to be on this best of 7, and right away we're jumping right into it, guys. It's Tiger's Peak. So Tiger's Peak's one of those maps where it's kind of like, I don't know, what would Tiger Peak be compared to? It's not necessarily like Nagrand, but it's got a Z-axis. It's to the side. It's those little stages, I guess you can call them, and then you got the 2 pillars in the middle, but it's a little bit larger of a map, so I feel like it doesn't really necessarily give an advantage to either composition, which is pretty cool for our first map. But this is Ret, Hunter, Shaman going up against the Rogue Lock Druid team. Now, both of these teams have fought so hard to get here. They had to go through one of the best EU Ret, Hunter, Shaman teams, and this RLD had to go through one of the best God comps, so this is definitely going to be some series. I'm going to go ahead and follow Avenge out of the gate because he wants to get in there. Full sap goes out onto Avenge. Cheap shot onto K-Sham. Looks like Nesper's going to be locking down the Restoration Shaman, but he gets into a full trap here on his Adrenaline Rush, but Nesper gets out of that, gets dispelled, and connects right back onto K-Sham with that kidney shot. Oh, there's yeah, exactly. The wings.
Yeah, sorry about that. I was just trying to fix my cooldowns. K-Sham started to take a little bit of damage here. Pink Ranger's already started to take quite a bit of damage as well. I mean, like we've seen from these Cupid cleaves, from especially Victoria's Secret, is that they're really good early game, getting a lot of the damage out, getting a lot of the pressure out, but it looks like Pugman is going to be able to get a lot of the dots out. The Haunt is going to come out to K-Sham. It looks like K-Sham's going to be targeted by Pugman. Pugman is going to be put SDS in a full fear there, but K-Sham is going to be able to dispel that. Evangeline is starting to take a little bit of damage here, sitting at 50%. Pugman, the Dark Soul is going to fade here. Is he going to have to pop another one? I don't think he is going to be able to. He's going to try to get another fear, but it is going to be locked out. A full Hodge going on to Pink Rangers. Looks like they're going to start putting out a lot of damage onto him here. Sitting at 60%. I don't think it's really going to be enough to secure kill. K-Sham getting put in that full kitty there. The killing spree is going to come out, and he's dipping pretty low there, 50%. Is he going to be able to go down here? The Link is going to come out, and it looks like the Link is going to be able to be enough, and K-Sham might be able to get away from Nesper here. The binding shot is going to go out onto Nesper there to hopefully save K-Sham a little bit of room, but of course burst of speed, or actually that wasn't even burst of speed, it was just regular sprint, and he's going to be able to connect back onto K-Sham, still sitting really low. The DR kitty is going to come out, but also the trinket coming up from K-Sham, sitting way too low there. Did not want to risk having to be greedy with that trinket and possibly just already get killed this early on in the game.
Yeah, during that whole time, though, Avenge and SSD are putting a lot of pressure on Pink Rangers. They're getting a lot of defensive cooldowns like Barskin and Ironbark, but K-Sham can't do this forever. The first wings didn't do enough, I feel, and I feel like this Red Hunter team is just going to fall behind. They really got to connect with those full wings. Sack goes out onto K-Sham, but will it be enough to really keep him out through this kidney shot? This is Adrenaline Rush again, and just so much damage going out into K-Sham. He gets silenced out of that, Garroted, and he's just trying desperately to juke the kicks. This is Smoke Bomb coming out, but Pink Ranger at the same time, he's in some trouble. He gates away, he's going to be fine for now. 28% on the K-Sham. There's the Howl on both the DPS. Avenge bubbling solo, 5%, and K-Sham's just going to go down. There's just no way he can continue to keep himself up through all that damage. But unfortunately, they couldn't get enough out of Pink Rangers, and Pugman doing just such a good job peeling his team, and the first round is going to go to S.Q.U.A.D. Wow.
And they had so much early pressure with all those dots rolling onto Team Victoria's Secret, and that was pretty good. That's pretty good.
Oh my goodness. So I know that this Hunter team can connect to a Resto Shaman and absolutely just smoke them. They can really just like get everything out of them. But unfortunately, if you have a Warlock and a Rogue on your team, you are you have so much ability to peel, you know, so.
Yeah. Exactly, and so rogues have definitely a lot of uptime, especially on shamans here, and combat rogues just absolutely destroy shamans. So we're gonna see what's gonna come up. Maybe they might change something up. I'm not exactly sure, but so far what they're doing right now is successful. So I don't see any reason why they should change it up.
Yeah. So I mean. So the next map of the best of 7 series is going to be on Dalaran sewers. I like this choice. I like this smaller map, but there's also still like a box for their shaman to try to get away at. I think that this is good. I think they need a smaller map to really connect to Pink Rangers, but I'm going to see you guys in there in just a minute. Dalaran Sewers. It's a smaller map, absolutely. So I think that it's going to allow this Ret Hunter team to connect to the rest of Druid a lot better. But at the same time, man, it's a double-edged sword. You have this this Restoration Shaman super vulnerable and out in the open a lot of the times on this map. So I wonder what's going to happen. I definitely think that this is the right choice for this Ret Hunter team, because regardless of having a bigger map or not, even if K-Sham brings it to a late game, it's not going to matter, because in late game they don't have the advantage. So I like this choice.
Yeah, I like the choice too. So we're going to see, man. I don't think they're going to be changing anything up here. I think Train the Blue is going to be the strat coming out from Team Squad, and it looks like it's been successful. So
yep, Sap goes out into Avenge right away. Looks like they're looking for the Shaman. I'm not sure here. Nesper really desperately trying not to get... oh, there's the full clone onto Avenge, as K-Sham is cheap-shotted and corroded right off the bat into another kidney. So much control coming out from Nesper right away. This is the Cloak of Shadows already. That's something that they could go and maybe invest on later on, but I don't think that's the right move. Nesper taking a little bit of damage, and K-Sham consistently getting getting pressured by Nesper and getting controlled by Nesper. But there's the Hodge and the Pink Rangers. They're looking for the damage, but the double howl does come out from Pugman. Those double howlers are so good, and he's just doing such a great job fearing and getting all that CC on them. But Pink Rangers has forced a displace as he was getting dangerously low. A kidney shot goes out into K-Sham, but this is Wings. He does not have displace up, but Nesper is actually the one who's getting taken damage from this Wings as a trap lands onto Pink Ranger. Nesper's at 90% with no Cloak of Shadows. He could just go down. He's at 6% health right here. Pink Ranger's trying desperately to heal him up, but this is the full Hodge into Pink Rangers, and they're going to swap the damage over to him. Barkskin coming out for Pink Rangers, but Pugman doing a great job getting those fears out on Avenge, making sure he's not connecting the whole time, and now the kidney shot on K-Sham, and they're going to swap this pressure back over to Victoria's Secret. Nesper just locking down the Restoration Shaman, Howl falling onto SSDS. Really, this RLD is doing a great job peeling off the Resto Druid. Like K-Sham now, he's hovering at 60% health here. He's sitting in the middle of the map. This is dangerous.
yeah, it definitely was dangerous, and we saw Nesper get to 8% there. That was really low. I think if they would have been able to follow something up on Pink Rangers, it would have been a secured kill for sure. K-Sham going to be spamming some of the heals out there, top himself up. Pink Rangers got pretty low and was sitting at Hodge, but Evangeline's going to be put into that full kidney. If Bash goes on an SSDS, not going to be able to peel for his teammates here, but K-Sham just spamming out those healing surge, trying to top his teammates back up, and it doesn't look like Squad is going to get enough damage to secure the kill just yet. But like I said, you know, RLD is really good once you start getting deep into dampening, and it just seems like Shamans kind of have a hard time keeping up with the damage.
Yeah, double howl. Wow, that was great. Yeah, sorry, double howl goes on both the DPS there, but it breaks relatively quickly. But Avenge and K-Sham are sitting relatively low, and as the game lasts, it goes into the advantage. That bop on that kidney was so good by Avenge, though. Nesper taking a little bit of damage. He's out in the middle of the map just trying to get the pressure on the other team, but he is the kill target for Victoria's Secret at the moment. Avenge sitting relatively low, but he seems to be okay. And this is the Cloak of Shadows coming out for Nesper. Full Hex lands on the Pink Rangers. That's huge. Nice job by K-Sham, but this is the kidney shot onto Avenge. Avenge now taking quite a bit of damage. He's at 45% health here. Full Hodge lands on the Pink Ranger, and Nesper's at 40%. Ironbark coming out for Pink Ranger as he takes a triple DR trap. Avenge now being forced to bubble and sack K-Sham out of that. And as the game gets longer and longer in, they just, it's like dampening's here, but it's not here yet. It's just so much pressure. This team just trying to get in their face, trying to get the defensive cooldowns out of Squad, but Squad is just sitting at the pillar in a good position. But here's the Wings, and it's on Pink Ranger. Pink Ranger gating away, trying to make that distance between Avenge and him, because those Wings are just so deadly. What an awesome knock coming out from Pink Rangers, though, really avoiding all that damage. Avenge now in a smoke bomb. He could just go down here. This is the link force out. K-Sham, that was a great link coming out for K-Sham. Full trap goes out into Pink Rangers. Nesper taking a little bit of damage here. Switching it over to Pugman now, trying to prevent those dots from going out, but this team is just falling so far behind. K-Sham at 41% health, but at 27% mana. Can he keep his team up long enough to land a kill? Pink Rangers now in the background as his team's not pressured at all. He got a drink off right there. Really good job by Pink Rangers, like getting ready to bring his team in a long game where their team has the advantage.
Yeah, the Hodge is going to come out into Pink Rangers there, and actually also the trap is going to go onto Pink Rangers there. Is he going to be able to get out of it? And it looks like he is going to be able to. SSD has taken a little bit of damage here. K-Sham starting to run a little bit low on mana. He's at 25%, but so is Pink Rangers. Pink Rangers is sitting at 30%, but I'm not sure mana should be an issue, especially this far into dampening. It looks like K-Sham's going to be able to top his team back up, keep his team aggressive, and the trap is going to go out into Pugman, but it looks like he is going to be able to come out of that quickly. And so a lot of the teams, both teams are topped off now. And Nesper, I guess they're just kind of Pugman trying to get his dots out. And it looks like he's doing a really good job getting the dots out. K-Sham is sitting back and just trying to dispel those dots. And it looks like he's going to be able to get the dispel off. And the spells are good to keep his team aggressive. The double howl is going to come out. The kidney onto K-Sham here. He could possibly be going down here. He's at 30%. SSD is still sitting in that howl there, but he is going to shortly come out. The cloak is coming out of Nesper. K-Sham still sitting really low, trying to juke some of the kicks, and it looks like he is going to be able to juke Nesper there. K-Sham is going to be able to spam some of those heals out and top himself back up, but Evangeline starting to take quite a bit of damage here. The root is going to come out onto Nesper, and it looks like he won't be able to move for quite a bit, and trying to keep him from connecting onto K-Sham, but Nesper sitting pretty low. The trap is going to go onto Pink Rangers, so is the NS is going to come out of him and is going to be able to land onto Nesper there. Full kidney going on Evangeline here. This could be trouble for him. Are they going to have anything to get onto K-Sham? Actually, they don't even need anything. He's already really sitting at 10k mana. Evangeline taking quite a bit of pressure here, but it looks like he is going to be able to stabilize.
Yeah, it looks like it. K-Sham trying his best to try to get a drink off. Wings are coming out for revenge. He's trying to get offensive. Pink Ranger now, 47% health here. He displaces away. We're in 3% dampening. They don't have any time. They gotta land the kills really soon. Iron Bark coming out onto Pink Rangers. He's at 45% health here. Avenge is just getting peeled by Pugman so much. He still has Wings up for 3 more seconds, but K-Sham is completely tapped. This is the stun on Avenge. Is he gonna go down here? K-Sham has nothing to get his team up. He's gotta get the drinks off, but there's so much damage going out at the same time. Pink Ranger taking so much damage. Nesper using his cloak, getting in the fight, but at the same time, look, he's just sitting in bear form all game. This is killing spree. It's on SSD. He could just go down. He has no trinket. He's at 14. There's the deterrence. Solid deterrence by SSD. He just gets it off in time. K-Sham in a bot, but with no mana to pick his team up. They're just fighting the dots. They're fighting they're just rotting. They're all so low. K-Sham's at 3% mana. He's somehow getting mana back from his water shield, and SSDS and Avenge are just trying to land a kill. Pink Rangers in a hodge, 49% health here. K-Sham's also in a stun, and this is the howl on SSD. K-Sham at 6% health here. He's gonna go down, and it looks like Pink Rangers is gonna be okay as he displaces away. Avenge at 7% health here, and he's gonna go down. But what an awesome fight coming out of Victoria's Secret. They definitely have shown that they can beat this Roguelock Druid team. They just need the right setup. But will this Roguelock Druid team let them get that setup? They're doing such a great job healing, man.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job healing, and you know, shout out to the Shaman. I mean, he's doing really good in keeping his team up, and unfortunately, he was, you know, going and not able to spam out some of the heals out. So hopefully, maybe later on, maybe he could, in the future matches, he'd be able to conserve his mana a little bit more. But it's just so much damage coming out from Combat Rogue in general. Plus, the dots are spreading all over the enemies from Pugman there. So. They're gonna have to figure out something to do. Maybe they need to back away a little bit. Maybe they need to turtle a little bit more. But the only thing with that is turtling up against an RLD as a Cupid cleave is a really bad idea, because the later in the dampening, the harder it gets for the Cupid cleave.
Yeah, absolutely. So they're the next map of this best of 7 series. So we're at 2-0 in favor of S.Q.U.A.D. Nesper's RLD. Is going to be on Ruins of Lordaeron. So I'm just going to queue up here in just 1 second, making sure both teams are ready. And we're going to queue up. See you guys in the game. So this is Ruins of Lordaeron. This is a smaller map. This is Victoria's Secret choice, similar to Dalaran, but it's different. There's only one tomb in the middle of the map, and both of the rooms are the only real other place that the Shaman can go, or the Resto Druid can go, to get away from taking damage. I like this map. I think this is a good choice. I think this is a better choice than Dalaran even. I think that this is the map they want to be on to land a kill onto Pink Rangers, and that seems like it's the only viable option for this Ret Hunter team. Both of this Rogue and this Warlock are playing so safe and playing to their advantages and being just so good. So let's see what happens. I want to see what goes on, and I want to see those hard swaps to Pink Ranger, because they absolutely have it in them to land a really solid hard swap.
Yeah, if they could somehow get him out of bear form in a Hodge or something, that would be really, really good.
Yeah, so Cheap Shot goes out into Avenge, into a Howl, full kidney onto K-Shaman, and it looks like Nesper wants to be really aggressive this game. He's already at 75% health here. He's taking so much damage. K-Shaman, full Hodge goes out into Pink Ranger, though, and he's going to go ahead and trinket that already. Pugman taking so much damage, 60% health here. This is Wings coming out for Avenge, but at the same time, K-Shaman gets gouged on that cast into a kidney shot. He could be in trouble right here. He's at 30% health here, but he's trying to be frugal, trying to hold his defensive cooldowns. Avenge doing so much damage to the Pugman, but is it enough to really get the defensive cooldowns out of this Roadblock Druid team? The triple Howl comes out from Pugman, and this is killing spree onto K-Shaman. The Aura Mastery heals coming out onto K-Shaman. Looks like he's just trying to heal through it, but at the same time, Avenge is taking so much damage. There's the Hodge and the Pink Ranger, and it actually gets dispelled by the Imp. That's such a good dispel from the Hodge. Bop onto that full kidney shot, doing so good. Avenge, his bops are always so good. Double Cheap Shot coming out from Nesper to try to peel for his team, and it looks like the momentum is definitely in Squad's favor.
Definitely, K-Sham already still sitting pretty low here at 30%. He's going to have to use probably a big cooldown so he can top himself back up, but I don't think he thinks he's in too much trouble. Pink Ranger is going to be put into that trap, but it is going to break, or actually is going to be dispelled by the Imp. And so K-Sham actually dipping really, really low there, putting into that full kidney. It's pretty scary for K-Sham here, and everybody's just kind of seems like they're already taking a lot of damage from the dots. K-Sham is gonna have to try to bring his team back. I mean, we don't go into dampening for quite a while, and the Link is gonna have to come out. They're all sitting dangerously low. Hopefully K-Sham is gonna be able to spam those healing surges and top his team back up. I think a good strat could probably be, you know, try to LOS some of the dots and try to bring it back. But Evangeline is actually gonna be. Actually is going to bop K-Sham there. They're all sitting really, really low. K-Sham is just trying to do his best to top his team back up, but I'm not sure. It's not looking really good. The deterrence is going to have to come out. The bubble is going to have to come out.
Man.
That's all three of the major cooldowns coming out.
Yeah, the whole team's just falling so far behind. It looks so helpless. K-Sham just doing his damnedest to try to keep his team offenses, keep his team in it. Pugman just constantly keeps taking damage, but he's ready for it. Now Avenge is in a kidney shot. He's at 25% health here. Is he going to go down here already? K-Sham just trying his best in the middle of the map, trying to get the heals off. Looks like he's going to keep Avenge offensive for now, but Pugman, man, he's just such a tank. He just doesn't take the damage. This is Wings, though. He's at 47% health here. Full trap goes on to Pink Rangers. He gets dispelled. Avenge still has his Wings going. This is Regen and Iron Bar coming out for Pugman. Is it going to be enough? The double Howl on both Avenge and SSD. They get out of it. They get tremored out. Avenge now at 50% health here. Trap goes out on the Nesper. Hodge on the Pink Ranger. The Cross CC is incredible coming out for this Red Hunter team, but they're just still so low. They're just getting so much damage from this dot. And this is Demon Soul coming out for Pugman too on top of it, so it's just falling so far behind. K-Shaman doing a great job making sure to keep his team up. But SSD now is at 19% health here, and another deterrence is going to happen just from the rotting damage. Full kidney shot on a K-Sham. This could be it. No more bop, and this is Killing Spree. He's somehow still alive, but he goes down. The Killing Spree is just too much from him, and that was just too far into the game, and Squad is just dominating. They are 3-0 against Victoria's Secret in one more match, and they will take the finals.
Wow, this could possibly be the quickest final round that we've had. I mean, in the past, I don't think any of the teams in the finals have been just kind of shut down this quickly.
This is absolutely insane. It's so hard for me to think what Avenge's team needs to do. To beat them. They're playing so well. They're making sure that they're not out of they're making sure that their positioning is good. They're making sure that they're always offensive, and Pink Ranger always making sure that he gets into that bear form in time before like a stun or anything, so he prevents that hard swap. But yeah, I want to shout out the EU Ret Hunter Shaman team. The rest of Shaman streams quite a bit, and I'm going to shout out his stream real quick. It's twitch.tv/Zonica. I'll type it in chat for you guys. If you guys want some Restoration Shaman gameplay, go and check this guy out. But, oh man, Avenge's team is one round away from losing, and it looks like this is interesting, Breaker. The next map that they've requested is Tol'vir Arena. What do you think about that?
I'm sending a text message right now. I'm sorry. I'm not exactly sure. I mean, I think a lot of the map is the smaller the maps, the better it is for the Cupid Cleave. But the bigger the map, the better it is for RL Dream. Or I'm sorry, they're not RL Dream Team anymore. It's Team Squad. It's good for them because, like, say for example, with a like you know, when you see Blade's Edge, there's a lot of places for him to put his port, and there's a lot of places for them to kind of retreat to kind of, you know, bring the whole team back up. But I mean, I'm not sure. I think the smaller team or the smaller matches could be in favor of the Cupid cleave that's playing.
Yeah, absolutely, but I don't know. But at the same time, we watched that Ruins of Lordaeron game, and that poor Shaman, he just couldn't catch a break, man. I'm not sure what the best map is going to be for these guys, but they're going to try something new, and I like the spirit. I like that they're looking for something to give them the edge, and so we're just going to jump right into the next match, and it's going to be on Tol'vir Arena. So Tol'vir Arena, like you said, it's a bigger map, but at the same time, oh man, so he is using this imp, making sure to get his Restoration Shaman out of all of those magic effects, which can be so important, especially if he gets them out of like a Hodge on a hard swap. That could be everything. That could literally just force every offensive cooldown to be worthless on this Ret Hunter Shaman team. But Tol'vir Arena, man, I wonder what they're thinking to do on this map. I'm completely baffled by this choice. I'm not sure what it is that they have planned, and but I'm really excited to see this. But they need to win 4 games in a row, brother, to take these finals. They are down so far. If they win, this would be the biggest upset ever, and I don't think we would ever top that. But right away, so here's the port coming out for Pugman, and it looks like Avenge is going to try to jump in here, try to get in their face. He's got, oh, there's the Blood Horror. Pugman knows he's going to be trained here. K-Sham now in a cheap shot, double horrifying to Avenge and SSD, and K-Sham is now in a grow. Here's the kidney shot. It's a DR, but he's already at 50% health here. He's fully dotted up by Pugman, and there's no pressure coming out for Avenge's team. That was a Nature Swiftness, and K-Sham looks like he's going to be okay for now, but he's in the middle of the map. He's pushing in. I kind of like this. Werven staying on the pink Rangers into a trap. Pugman now at 52% health here. He's running away. He's line of sighting. Full Hodge goes out onto Pugman and gets dispelled by the imp. K-Sham at 30% health here, and that was another double horror. Kidney shot on K-Sham's Aura Mastery, but the bop comes out. Nice bop coming out from Avenge. That was a trap on a Nesper, but he does get dispelled by Pink Ranger. Pink Ranger doing a great job making sure to keep his team offensive. Pugman still taking quite a bit of damage, but they need to set up some more CC on the Pink Rangers.
Yeah, that was definitely a really good kidney shot on the Spirit Walker's Graze, but you know, he is going to get bopped out. The Killing Spree is going to come out from Nesper onto K-Sham there, trying to spam some heals, and I think he's going to try to get a juke out of Nesper, but the full kidney is actually going to come on to K-Sham here. He's still sitting really low here, and it looks like he is going to be able to get a pretty big heal on him. The crit, it's going to crit. The Hodge is going to go onto Nesper, but he is actually going to trinket that. I thought he got dispelled, but it is going to be a trinket. The Wyvern going on a Pink Rangers into a DR trap, but it looks like that one is going to be dispelled. Pugman taking quite a bit of damage here. The cloak is going to come out of Nesper. Definitely, I think it's probably going to be an offensive cloak here. The double Howl is going to come out of here, but K-Sham, it is going to break, and he is going to be able to get a dispel off. And it looks like Pugman is starting to take quite a bit of damage. If they can get a really nice swap onto Pugman, I think that'd be really good. And you know, they're getting really good, just interrupting those UAs, which is really important because UAs are pretty powerful. Another interrupt on that UA there, the bop coming out onto K-Sham there from Evangeline, but they're actually going to get the double Howl from Pugman there. Really good Howl once again, and it looks like not much damage is going out, and we're going to have to kind of wait to see for a window that maybe Victoria's Secret could get on and secure a kill.
Yeah, Nesper took a lot of damage there in that Hodge. Maybe that's the key. Nesper currently doesn't have a Hodge. He has combat readiness, but he could, or I'm sorry, not a Hodge, but a trinket. He could die in a Hodge. Pugman taking quite a bit of damage. He's got Blood Horror up. This is Killing Spree now. It's going on to SSD. He has no trick. There's the deterrence. Full Cyclone goes on to K-Sham, so SSD still in a little bit of trouble here. Deterrence has fallen down. K-Sham just came out of the Cyclone into a DR Cyclone. Nesper now in a trap, but he gets dispelled. Pugman taking some damage, but K-Sham, on the other hand, is getting controlled by Nesper as well. So Pugman's got Demon Soul rolling again. He's getting these dots up. He's making sure to get his pressure out. The dots are rolling on all 3 of them at the moment, so they are in a little bit of trouble. Both of them are hovering a little bit low. It's so hard for K-Sham to really keep up with all this damage, but this is Cloak coming out for Nesper. It was more of like defensive, so he's at 40% health here. Ironbark coming out on the Nesper. He's at 46% health here. Full Werven on the Pink Ranger. Nesper could be in some trouble, but this is the combat readiness and Ironbark. He looks like he's going to be okay for now. Hex is trying to come out for, oh, Hex lands onto Nesper. I like that Hex coming out from K-Sham whenever he can land him them, but they do get dispelled. Pugman now taking some damage, but Pink Ranger's in a perfect spot. Avenge now in a Cyclone, but K-Sham is currently far away in that kidney shot, but that was a great cross CC trap from SSDS onto Nesper, preventing that damage onto K-Sham. But man, he's just hovering so low, and it's not even in dampening it.
Yeah, K-Sham is definitely, again, doing a good job on dispelling all of the UAs off of his targets and trying to release some of the pressure, but I think the Ascendance actually is going to come out from K-Sham here. Eventually is starting to dip a little bit low, and K-Sham is a little scared. The Garrote's coming out onto K-Sham there, into a full kitty on his Ascendance there, and he's starting to dip pretty low. Could this be the kill? He's dipped from 50% down to 12%. That was just so much damage going out onto K-Sham, but it looks like he might be able to stabilize, but I might speak a little bit too soon, just spamming out the healing surge, maybe trying to juke Nesper here. Eventually starting to take quite a bit of damage, but it looks like he is going to be able to be topped off. Wings coming out onto Pugman. Pugman taking quite a bit of damage here. K-Sham is also taking a little bit of damage. It's kind of going both ways here. The trap is going to come out onto Pugman, but he is going to be dispelled. Nesper taking quite a bit of damage. The evasion is going to have to come out. The double howl coming from Pugman, which is really good. Again, just trying to spam his damage out, trying to get the UAs, trying to get the haunts out, trying to do as much damage as possible. The evasion is going to fade right here from Nesper, but K-Sham is going to be able to top himself back up right there with that healing wave. K-Sham getting put into a full kidney there. It's starting to look dangerous. He topped himself up, but is now back at the same health that he was before that huge healing surge.
Yeah, absolutely. K-Sham just falling behind back there with Nesper on him. There's the Hodge on the Nesper. Maybe they could swap to him around the pillar here. He's at 50% health here, and Cloak is forced. He's not taking any chances. Pink Ranger is doing a really great job positioning himself away from the fight, but he's out. He's in the middle. He's a little bit vulnerable, but this is a kidney shot on the K-Sham. He's at 13% health here, and that was a trinket at 2 seconds left on a kidney shot. That was crazy. Howl goes out into Avenge. He can't stop it. This is the link. They all got in it, but they're all really low from these Pugman dots. This is crazy. It's so hard for this Resto Shaman to keep up with the RLD, and now we're in dampening. We're in 3% dampening, and the advantage is definitely in Squad's favor. Nesper in a full Hodge now. He has no trinket. He's at 60% health here. Can they just swap to him right here? He's dipping kind of low. His health is just going back and forth, but combat readiness is used. Once again, K-Sham's mana is becoming a problem, and this is now a smoke bomb on top of Avenge. He's taking a little bit of damage, but he's okay. Trap goes out on the Pink Ranger. It gets dispelled by the Imp, and now Pugman is at 75% health. But K-Sham's at 1% mana here. We're at 6% dampening, and there's dots on everyone.
Yeah, K-Sham is going to have to do something. Maybe try to get a drink off, but I don't think that's going to be possible. The full kidney and the double howl is coming out from Pugman. This probably could be it here. The Bob is going to come out from Evangeline, saving his healer some time to be able to top them back up. Cheap shot onto SSD and Evangeline, and it looks like SSDS might go down. I think he has another deter, and it looks like he is going to be able to use that deter, but Pugman is still trying to get some of those dots out, trying to keep a lot of the pressure up. Really needs to go for a drink here. He's at 400 mana, man. It does not look good for Victoria's Secret right now, but hopefully he could go back, maybe throw down a Manatite or maybe get a really big drink, but his team is in so much trouble. He does not have the time to do that. They're going to be put into that double howl there. The Tremor is going to come out. K-Sham putting into another full kidney here. He could possibly go down here, but Pugman is going to get interrupted on that, but Nesper might just go ahead and solo him here. 12%, trying to spam out the healing waves. He is going to try to juke the kick or something, but it doesn't look like Nesper is going to try to get a kick out yet. K-Sham trying to do the best he can. The Fury is going to come out. He's sitting at 50%. Could this possibly be it? Are they going to be able to get the kill? It does not look like it yet, and it looks like K-Sham is just doing an amazing job keeping his team topped off as he's sitting in a lot of the pressure coming from a rogue.
This is insane. He has no mana, and his team is still somehow alive. There's the howl going out on both the DPS here. He got the heal off on the SSD, but he's just trying to line of sight as best he possibly can. 14% dampening. He has 2,000 mana. How is he alive? He's just consistently just trying to line of sight. He's trying to peel Nesper with that capacitor totem. Pugman taking some damage. The full trap on the Nesper preventing all this damage. These blood horrors on Avenge are brutal though. SSD now in a cheap shot. He could just go down right here. 1% health. He gets healed. And another deterrence comes out. Full Hodge onto Pink Ranger. Pugman still taking some damage here, but not enough. Double howl again. Avenge is bubbling, but K-Sham is in a kidney shot. He's at 40% healthier, and SSD's at 20% healthier. Everyone on their team is just dying. They can't catch up. They're at 18% dampening, and it's just getting worse and worse. Now Esper just comes out of that oh, SSD at 12% healthier. Here's the wings. If they're gonna win it, it's gonna be right now. Pugman at 40% healthier. He gets out of there. He gets away from the Ret Paladin with wings. Now K-Sham is in a full kidney at 9% healthier. How is he still alive? Avenge is giving him those off heals, those holy prisms. The double howl comes out. He's at 1%. A Spirit Link comes out at 10% healthier. How is he still alive? Wings is gonna fall though. Full Hodge goes out into Pugman, or I'm sorry, on the Pink Ranger. This is killing spree though. He's gonna kill somebody. K-Sham now at 10% healthier. There's no way he could heal through killing spree at 21% dampening, and S.Q.U.A.D will take the finals.
Wow, man, a 4-0 S.Q.U.A.D versus Victoria's Secret. S.Q.U.A.D taking the win here. Victoria's Secret, shout out to them. K-Sham did an amazing job keeping his team healed, you know, just keeping his team healthy and being able to keep them aggressive, and just amazing job for K-Sham, you know, just being able to, you know, bring his team, you know, make sure his team is safe. It's definitely difficult.
Yeah, hats off to these guys, though. S.Q.U.A.D did take the finals, but Victoria's Secret definitely gave them a fight. And K-Sham, what a